Let me set the stage for you. Last Friday night, my Tinder date flaked, and now my only plans are to grind out League until 2 in the morning. I'm going to take every ounce of my frustration out on whatever poor clueless kid locks in Teemo. I just downloaded Mimic to see what all the hype was about. I synced it up with my phone to test this champion select feature for a future review. This video is in fact that review. This isn't a typical review on my channel, no. This is a story of determination through stupidity, and I happen to use Mimic. I order DoorDash. Now that my evening plans are cancelled, I require sustenance of the highest caliber. Much like Christopher Walken, I have a fever, but the only prescription is not cowbell, but Taco Bell. Upon the arrival of my 3 Crunchwrap Supremes, I take a victory bite and pour an entire packet of Diablo sauce inside. This is a feast fit for Jarvan IV. I take a sip of my Baja Blast. The Mountain Dew is inducing euphoria greater than my Tinder date ever could have hoped to achieve. Or at least that's what I tell myself. I take another bite of the Crunchwrap and I quiver and exhale. The Diablo sauce had not dispersed across the whole Crunchwrap. My taste buds screamed for relief. I drop the Crunchwrap, spilling its contents all over my keyboard. I reach for the soda in a desperate attempt to quench the lava burning my tongue. In my blind panic, my coordination failed me. I toppled the Mountain Dew onto my desk. Hastily, I grab napkins to soak up the drink, and I order another one. It takes more than a spilled drink to ruin my Mountain Dew-fueled ranked grind. I am determined for this evening to be a successful grind with Mountain Dew, Vi punching chickens, and climbing that ladder. I dump the spilled Crunchwrap contents from my keyboard to the floor because I am a complete savage and utter animal and my roommates hate me. But the game must go on. Over the next 20 minutes, I scarf down 3 Crunchwrap Supremes, savagely dunk on the noobs who thought they had a prayer against the power of a Baja Blast-fueled slimeball piloting the Piltover Enforcer. Mid-game, towers were falling and my stomach was rumbling. Mountain Dew does not settle the stomach, but the second Baja Blast was hitting different. I power through, but my cheers of victory were overwhelmed by my stomach's cheers of soon-to-be defeat. The Taco Bell was a bad choice. My stomach began to settle, and I hit find match, a foolish decision. I thought I could make it, but the Diablo sauce-infused Crunchwraps came back with a vengeance. I stood up and ran, clenching all the way. As wind passed through my hair, I thought how Yasuo would have been proud of my velocity as I E-dashed towards my porcelain throne. Sweet relief was short-lived as the Diablo sauce took its final revenge. It felt like Brand was giving me an enema. To make matters worse, paint was peeling off the walls. Apartment maintenance aside, an entire can of Febreze could not save my soul from the crushing depths of hell spawning from my colon. The smiley face picture I hung up in my bathroom on its own accord turned to a look of sheer horror at the destruction taking place below. As I gasped for breath, much like the Chem Barons being intimidated by Silco, I remembered, although I did not have a gas mask, I did have my phone. Not even Jinx is crazy enough to forget such a crucial device for such a vulnerable situation. I had synced up my phone to Mimic when I started the evening. I could champion select in this near uninhabitable room. I held my breath and watched as the spider in my bathtub willingly crawled down the drain to escape my Taco Bell-induced nightmare. Nocturne had never had an easier target. Mimic allowed me to accept my match, pick my champion, set my runes, and even allowed me to rock the Demon Vi skin, if I so choose. It seemed appropriate considering I was purging some inner demons. With all this app, I could choose my preferred lanes, find a match, accept or decline a match, and allow me to go through every aspect of champion select from my phone, which is very handy if one finds themselves in a situation similar to my own. That's even how Mimic is advertised on Overwolf. I stood up, washed my hands, and made my triumphant way back to my desk and sat down. Singed couldn't have left a better dusting of the hall between my bathroom and my desk. My pleather gaming chair felt squishier than I expected. As I looked at the loading screen, my eyes grew wide as I realized my mistake. In my haste to get back to the game before the game started, I had forgotten to wipe.